took place over the weekend. Newly promoted side Owuraku Ampofo still remain unbeaten and top of the table. There's more details in this wrap. So we're trying to get you the voice there of my colleague Bill Eshon, who looks at the weekend and what went on in terms of the Ghana Premier League. I'll be quickly taking you through some of the results, and we'll be trying to look back at what happened in the Ghana Premier League. And so I think we can get Bill now on what he thought of a weekend that was really interesting in terms of the results.
I think Midiama were the biggest winners in this past weekend's GPL matches because they managed to get their first win of the season by going away from home to beat Bechem United. A very tough ground, but they managed to get the job done. Hartlepool, of course, drawing 0-0 with Dreams FC, a tightly contested game, but both teams shared the spoils. And for Nswatreman, they continued their fantastic home form since last season, and they managed to beat Samatex by 1-0. But the biggest result was for Bibini Goal Stars, who are without their top goal scorer from last season, but they managed to defeat RTU by 3-0. So it is a very great result from them. And of course, Owuraku Ampofo are still unbeaten so far this season, recording a 0-0 draw with the Bando Hearts of Lions in there. So a fantastic line of results in the Ghana Premier League for the last weekend.
Well, that was my colleague Bill Eshon. But let's stay with the Ghana Premier League, where Legon Cities picked up a crucial point on the road against Nations FC. Joseph Meriku gave the Royals the lead before Berima Bar grabbed the equalizer for the home side. Let's hear from both coaches, starting with Nations FC coach Kasim Mengo.
I would say, unfortunately, we didn't take our chances that we created. Football is about chances. They had a half chance and they scored the first goal. We had clear chances from the first half and the second half. We couldn't take them. So that's the difference. The football is about chances, about goal. So,
I think it's a fair reflection because we had to. I think a good game in the first half. Yeah, some clear chances behind to and share. Nations by second half, they came into the game very strongly. Now equalizer. And to make us say it's a fair reflection.
Well, the second voice that you heard was Pakwesi Fabian, who is the head coach of Legon Cities. Now, Nswatreman moved into third place after a narrow 1-0 victory over Samatex FC. Head coach Maxwell Kunedu was pleased with the win.
Yes, like you rightly said, it was a very difficult game. And we switched our system from 4-2-3-1 to 4-4-2 today. Because of the players that were available. And by doing that, you know how Samatex play. They always have the possession. We were not too worried about that. We knew what we wanted. We knew it was going to be difficult, and we wanted that goal badly. So we decided to play two strikers up front. After the goal, when we came in the second half, we made some changes and, also packed the midfield and played equally. So it was a good match, a very difficult one, of course. But at the end of the day, the most important thing, we did it. And that is by scoring the most important goal of the day. So we are happy we had the 3 points, but Samatex, of course, is one of the best side in the Ghana Premier League.
Well, it was a significant weekend in the league as Midiama became the first side to pick an away victory in this season's Ghana Premier League. A late free-kick goal from Ebenezer Nkrumah completed the comeback for the Mauve and Yellows, who came from behind to beat Bechem United by 2-1. Here's what assistant coach Nanayao Amankwa had to say.
How did you do this?
Yeah. I told you already that we are going to win this game because we play very well for them. First half we steadied them, and the second half we came in strongly and we dominated the game and we win the game.
Well, let's just quickly go through the Ghana Premier League table and what these results mean for the log. Bofako Tano still remain top of the league with 8 points. Legon Cities are second with 7. Nsoatreman third with 6 points. And then Great Olympics also coming up in fourth with 6 points. House of Folk find themselves in 13 after a goalless draw against Dreams FC at the Accra Sports Stadium. Mediama find themselves 15th. Real Tamale United are 16th with 4 points. Bechem United 17th with 3 points. And then Kumasi Asante Kotoko, rather uncharacteristic of them, that they find themselves bottom of the table with 2 points, but they have a game in hand and would be facing Accra Lions much later today at the Accra Sports Stadium. But let's now switch to women's football because Gifty Owari Mensah will represent the women's football on the next executive council after she received massive endorsement by the 20 women's Premier League clubs last Thursday. The Berry Ladies CEO wants to continue to improve the state of women's football in Ghana.
We've been a successful warrior. Unfortunately for me, I'm a brand ambassador for the Warrior King Watch.
Okay.
So today is a very beautiful day. I think we anticipated a win, but not as massive as 20 of them coming out to say this is what we want. And they've done it for us, which I am glad about. And I promised them when I met them last night that all the things we've done and everything I have stood for would be the same values, and we'll make sure our 6-pillar strategic document is adhered to, and then we make sure we are able to make them happen and make everybody proud. So I'm not going to disappoint them. Enhancements, projections, putting my expertise up there. Because one of the things I did, which I think excited them for them to say today, I want to be one person contesting, was the fact that Berry Lady had been managed well. When we took over Kumasi Sports Academy, we've managed it well. So today it's just doing the same thing we've been doing, but at this point on the wholesale, where we put all 20 clubs together now, and it's not just about Gifty, but about all of us doing it.
To the Premier League, where Mohamed Kudus grabbed the headlines after scoring a late equaliser for West Ham in their 2-2 draw against Newcastle at the London Stadium on Sunday. The goal was the 23-year-old's first in the Premier League, and he's been reacting after the game.
Today? Feels very good, of course, but most importantly, it's made a difference in the team, which was us getting a point. So even though we wanted 3 points, I was happy to score my first goal, and most importantly, we got a point out of it.
It was a lovely strike too. What was going through your head when the ball came in from Vlad to you on the edge of the box?
I mean, at that moment in the game, I felt good about it, and yeah, I just went for it.
And
Well, Mohamed Kudus becomes the 17th Ghanaian to score in the history of the Premier League. We still stay in that competition because Arsenal took a giant step in their title ambition this season after beating reigning champions Manchester City thanks to a late Martinelli effort. It's the first time the Gunners are beating Pep Guardiola's side since 2018, and Mikel Arteta is a happy man.
Well, it feels like a big one because it's been a while. You know, it's been so many years without beating them, and we have beat the best team in the world today by far, in my opinion, and we've done it with a huge performance, going through some difficult moments in the game, but at the end, living again an incredible experience.
Well, let's move to Chelsea, who feel there's a bit of a fresh air in the atmosphere after the Blues comfortably beat Burnley by 4-1 on the road. It was the first time the 2017 champions are winning consecutive Premier League games since March.
Very, very pleased. Even we conceded the first, but I think the team always was composure and solid, and then second half I think we dominate, and then the result was really fair, and so pleased for the player, and they deserve all the credit. Massive effort, and so happy. 3 points that help us to build our belief and confidence.
Well, that was Chelsea head coach Mauricio Pochettino. To some more games where second half substitute Scott McTominay inspired a late comeback for Manchester United as he scored 2 goals in 4 minutes in added time to ensure that Manchester United beat Brentford with 2-1. Head coach Erik ten Hag believes this result can serve as a springboard for more success going forward.
To be a turning point, but also it has to be a restart because we have to get into higher levels. But that the spirit is good, that the belief is good, so that the team is together. We have shown that. We have shown strong character, and it can be a turning point in the season. But those games give fuel to a dressing room. They know how far they have to go to get results. It can't be easy going. And in football, it's eaten or you get eaten. And too many times in the first start of the season, we got eaten by opponents who are more hungry. And that can't be. When you can't handle the pressure, don't play here. Because, and those players, they are so experienced. These are so high quality players. So they have to take responsibility.
Well, that was Erik ten Hag speaking about his side, Manchester United, who are back in the mix in terms of winning games. Just before we wrap up, just by way of update, the Black Stars would be in action now. Remember, it's the international break, and players would resume camping pretty shortly in the next few hours as Chris Hughton's men look to continue their preparations for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. The Black Stars will face Mexico and the United States of America on 15th of October and 18th of October, respectively, in the United States of America. We're bringing you more updates ahead of that game. But that's how we wrap up the sports segment here on Sunrise. My name is Owuraku Ampofo, and the show continues right after this break.